We created OneApp to better serve our schools and families because everyone deserves a fair, transparent, and efficient enrollment process. The purpose of this video is to show you how OneApp works and how students receive their school placements. What information do we use to place students at schools? Each parent's ranked list of school choices, the number of seats offered at each school in each grade level, each school's priorities, and each student's random lottery number and priority to their selected schools. School priority structures might include things like siblings of current students or priority for children who live in the school's geographic zone. Applicants will be considered in order of priority groups if there are more applicants than available seats. You can learn about the priority structures for each school by looking in the OneApp application materials. To better understand what this means, let's start with an example. Let's imagine a city with only one school. We'll call it Alligator School. Alligator School gives priority to siblings of current students, and then to applicants who reside in its geographic zone. Alligator School has 25 seats in first grade. 15 seats are filled by continuing students, so there are 10 seats available for new students. Let's now imagine that 15 families have applied to attend Alligator School. We start by giving each applicant a random lottery number. Next, we group the applicants by Alligator School's priority structure. These 3 applicants are siblings of current students at Alligator School who also happen to live in the school's geographic zone, so they are in the first priority group. These 3 applicants are siblings of current students who do not live in the school's geographic zone, so they are in the second priority group. These 2 applicants do not have siblings attending Alligator School, but they do live in the geographic zone. They are in priority group 3. The remaining do not have siblings attending Alligator School, nor do they live in the geographic zone. They are in the final group. Now we can line up each student within their priority group in order of his or her random number. Now we know in what order to place students at Alligator School. 15 seats are already filled by continuing students. Alligator School has 10 remaining seats available, so we offer a seat to the first 10 applicants in line. All of the students in priority groups 1, 2, and 3 receive a placement at Alligator School because there are only 8 of them and there are 10 seats available. The first 2 applicants in the final group receive a placement into the 2 remaining seats. For only this group, it was the applicant's random lottery number that determined who would get the seat. All 10 seats at Alligator School are filled. No more placements are made at this school. Now let's look at an example that is more similar to what actually happens here in New Orleans, where there are many schools to choose from, and where families can list up to 8 schools on their application. We'll look at 3 schools, each with 5 open seats in the first grade. Let's learn a little bit about each school. Alligator School gives priority to siblings and then applicants who reside in the geographic zone. Bear School gives priority to siblings and then applicants who reside in the geographic zone. Crawfish School gives priority to siblings only. In this example, each applicant lists 3 choices. So let's take a look at our applicants. As we can see, each school has applicants and, just like in our first example, they're all lined up in order based on their priority group and their random number. The difference in this example is that applicants are lined up in front of each school they apply to, not just one. Let's look at one applicant to see what this means. Kayla is entering first grade. She has a sibling who attends Alligator School and lives in the geographic zone of Bear School. She was assigned a random lottery number of 16. She applied to Alligator School as her first choice, Bear School as her second choice, and Crawfish School as her third choice. As you can see, Kayla is in a different place in line in front of each school she applied to. This is because she has a different level of priority for each school. You can also see that her random lottery number is always the same. Once assigned, the random lottery number does not change. For Alligator School, she is 6th in line and part of Priority Group 1, Siblings. For Bear School, she is 4th in line and part of Priority Group 2, Geographic Zone. For Crawfish School, she is 8th in line and in the last priority group. Remember, this school only gives priority to siblings, and she does not have a sibling attending this school. Now that we know where Kayla is in each line, we can find out what school she is placed at by looking at the way she ranked those schools on her application. First, we try to assign her to her first choice. Let's see what happens. Kayla is 6th in line. Alligator School has 5 available seats. If the first 5 applicants standing in line are offered a seat at Alligator School, there is no seat available for Kayla. But no placements are final until everybody has received their highest ranked school possible, based on their preferences, priorities, and lottery number. Now let's try to place Kayla at her second choice, Bear School. Kayla is in the 2nd priority group, Geographic Priority, and is 4th in line. Bear School has 5 available seats. This means we can place Kayla at Bear School, her second choice school. To understand how Kayla might still get a seat at Alligator School, let's imagine the following scenario. There are 5 applicants ahead of her in line at Alligator School, her first choice. In order for Kayla to get a seat at Alligator School, we will need one of the students currently assigned to receive a placement at a school they prefer, opening another available seat. Joshua is a kindergartner at Alligator School, so he automatically holds a spot in the 1st grade. However, Joshua applied to go to Crawfish School next year instead of returning to Alligator School. Because Joshua receives a placement at Crawfish School, he comes out of the line for Alligator School. Since Joshua is no longer holding a seat at Alligator School, Kayla can be assigned to her first choice school. Kayla no longer holds a seat at Bear School. Here's a few more important notes about how OneApp works. Every eligible applicant is assigned based on the rules each school has shared with everyone. Most schools are open enrollment, which means all students are eligible to attend. There are a few schools that have eligibility requirements, such as parish of residence or language proficiency. Look for this information in the application materials. Always list your choices in the order you prefer them, even if you are applying to very high-demand schools. An applicant's priority and lottery number for each school stay the same, whether they rank that school first, last, or even if many other students also rank that school. This allows families to list their true preferences without having to factor in their probability of being assigned. If you don't have a school for the upcoming school year, we recommend listing many choices. You can do this confidently, knowing that listing more choices will not decrease the likelihood of getting assigned to one of your top choice schools. While we cannot promise that every applicant will receive a placement at their number 1 choice, we can promise you that your student was considered fairly and that we assign your student to the highest ranked choice available. For dates and deadlines, and if you want to learn more, visit www.enrollnola.org and click on How OneApp Works. Contact us by phone or email, or visit us in person at one of 3 Enroll NOLA Family Resource Centers. Hours and locations are available at www.enrollnola.org.